What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another Among Us video, and in this video we're going to be talking about the story of the crewmate that is hiding in the bathrooms of Polus. We have discussed several dark secrets on this channel, but this one is by far the most interesting one. And before we do get further into this video, 70% of you have not hit that subscribe button, which means that you're missing out on Among Us darkest secrets. So make sure that you hit that subscribe button with all post notifications turned on. And drop a like on this video if you do enjoy. But now let's go over one of the darkest secrets that Among Us has been hiding from us. Let's get started. So on the official Among Us TikTok account, they actually made a video on this secret where they talk about a crewmate that is hiding in the bathrooms of Polus. If we take a look at the video, you can see that this was recorded by one of the developers in Among Us, and they wanted to share a secret in their game. If we take a closer look at the video, you can see that there is a crewmate right behind the door of the bathroom stall. Nobody knows if he's alive or if he's dead. And our mission in this video is to come up with a possible theory. So the first thing that I want to do, I want to make sure if this is actually true. So I got into a game of Polus, I made my way through the laboratory, and entered the bathroom stalls. And to my surprise, the crewmate was actually in the bathroom stall. I have been playing Among Us for these past few months and I never noticed this. As I looked around the room, I noticed that there is a lot of destruction. One of the bathroom stall's doors is on the floor, the window is cracked, and there is a bunch of stains on the floor. I took some time to think, to process my surroundings. I came to the conclusion that something bad happened here. A murder. So the story starts off with the captain, doctor, scientist, and engineer arriving on the newly discovered planet also known as Polus. The captain's job is to lead the entire crew and establish a settlement. The captain usually checks the cameras to see if anything is going on. He also walks around the entire map to see if the crew is working. The engineer's job is to develop a source of energy, and that is why you see him right next to the lava pit. The doctor's job is to discover any form of life on this newly discovered planet, and the scientist's job is to conduct experiments. All this information will one day be sent to their commander. One day, while the scientist was conducting some experiments, he noticed some blood coming from this hole on the map of Polus. He took a sample of this blood and took it back to his laboratory to conduct some experiments. The scientist then accidentally got some of the blood that he found earlier on his skin, and he turned into an imposter. At the time, the scientist had no idea what was going on, but then evil took over his body. He was no longer the same person. After the incident, a few hours had passed. The captain was on watch duty and he had to go to the restroom. This was a terrible mistake. When the captain walked in, he was ready to do his business. And that is when the scientist walked in. When the captain looked at the scientist, he noticed that he was not the same person. And that is when the scientist pulled out his knife and killed him. The scientist then infected the rest of the crew, and he wanted to introduce them to their new leader. It was Murray. Murray sent his new imposters across the entire map of Polus to do his duties. He made the engineer create a bunch of vents scattered across the map. The scientist was left in charge to create a potion that would make the imposter stronger. The doctor's job was to find ways to create new monsters, and the captain's body was left forgotten. Several days had passed and the commander was worried. He hasn't heard from the crew for several days. He was afraid that something bad happened to them. So he assigned a team of crewmates and sent them to the planet of Polus to see what events took place. And that is when you, the player, are introduced to the map of Polus. And it's your mission to discover what happened. And if you want me to add more to this story, let's see if we can get this video to 5,000 likes. I also do want to give a massive shout out to Kitty King for helping me produce this video. If you want to help out a smaller creator, make sure to go check out his channel and subscribe to him. And lastly, if you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button if you want to see more story videos. And while you're at it, make sure to check out these other videos that are found on my channel.